Peace. What's good? This is your brother C Knowledge, aka Doodlebug from the world famous Diggable Planets.
Hey yo, this your man CHJ of Duck City. This your man in the cut of Duck City.
Hey yo, this is Ed Dav.
Yo, what up, what up? It's your boy Hells, yeah.
Rockin' Yellow in the building, and we turned up.
Yeah, it's your boy Neff Dallas, and I'm rocking with the Mixtape Show.
To the Mixtape Show.
Mixtape Show. Mixtape Show.
The Mixtape Show.
The Mixtape Show.
My main man's DJ Kawan.
DJ Kawan.
DJ Kawan.
With DJ Kawan, blessing him like the Holy Quran.
Fire Rock Zone, Kawan J.
Let's go!
All right. Welcome back to the Mixtape Show. It is time for the Mixtape Show listening sessions. And this week, man, this is brought to you by Art by Guilty Da Vinci and MJ's Hip Hop Connects. And on the other line, calling from Staten Island, man, New York, we got the homie Pop the Brown Hornet. We're going to talk about this Foreman Mandela project he just released. Peace, sir. How are you?
What's going on? What's going on, player? Yep, Pop the Brown Hornet from out of Stapleton, Staten Island.
Staten Island, Shaolin Island, man. A lot of dope talent coming out of Staten Island, man. That you're a part of, man. So before we get into that, man, how's it feel, man? We just last weekend Wu-Tang got the street and the district named after them, man. How do you feel about that being from the SI?
I think that's a great accomplishment for those brothers right there. 25 years in the game, so I mean, Wu's known worldwide. And definitely a great accomplishment for the brothers.
Yeah. Now we gotta get that Pop the Brown Hornet street cracking, right?
Oh yeah, we got to get the Brown Hornet district going on. Exactly. I mean, let the love continue.
There you go, man. Real quick, man, for those who may or may not be familiar with Pop the Brown Hornet, just give us a quick rundown, man. Who's Pop the Brown Hornet as an artist? And like I said, we know you from Staten Island, but what else would you like the people to know about you?
I mean, basically, yeah, Pop the Brown Hornet is from Stapleton, Staten Island. I have over 20 years in the game. I've been signed to a major as an independent. I was signed to MCA Records back in the 90s. I was signed to Smoke Records as the independent. I've done music with Chauncey Black from Blackstreet, Shaheem the Rugged Child. Like when I was signed to MC, I was signed as a group, as an individual. So the group I was signed to at the time was called GP Wu. Our A&O was Hank Shockley of Big Enemy and Daddy-O from Stetsasonic. So yeah, I've been around individuals and vets for quite a long time. Prior to me dropping the album that I have out right now, Foreman Mandela, in 2017, I had dropped a mixtape with a King Just from out of Stapleton, from out of Park Hill, pardon me.
Mm-hmm.
So King Just out of Park Hill, and I'm from out of Stapleton, and the name of the album was The Emperor and the King, Best of Both Hoods.
Yeah. Dope, man. So with you being the vet in the game, man, how you feeling about the music that's coming out right now? As far as the let's take away the commercial part of the music, but the artists who really still trying to keep to the core of hip hop, how you feeling about those artists right now?
Well, I definitely feel like it's needed. I definitely feel like it's needed due to the fact of there's different genres of hip hop. I mean, they're labeling everything hip hop, which I don't agree with. So
yes,
you got brothers, you got brothers harmonizing. You got this, that, and the third. So for the individuals who are true to staying true to form. On a golden era of hip hop, or how we were raised and brought up with lyrics and dope beats. I commend them because I know at this time of the game in 2019, how the radio is going and how these program directors are really, trying to create a new norm with the rhetoric that's being promoted for you to stay true to the real essence of hip hop. And the foundation, that's definitely, I would say, is definitely a blessing because we're not really in the forefront. We're not being recognized. So to stay true to it is definitely a blessing for the hip hop world.
Definitely. And I'm glad you said that, man, because that's one of my pet peeves is when anybody they label everything hip hop, and I'm like, that's not hip hop. You know what I mean? And I'm just it agitates me because, like I said, like you said, I kind of grew up on that golden era hip hop, so it pains me to see certain artists get tagged hip hop when we all know they're not hip hop. So I'm glad that you said that.
Yeah, unfortunately, what it is the people, you know, these individuals who we have in control of running our genre. I really think they're trying to dilute the real essence of our music. You know, when you have country music or rock and roll, I mean, you got these individuals who've been doing it for 20, 30 years, and I'll be damned if they let some new jacks come along and they would never put them in the categories that they would put some of their idols and legends, but they'll do it to hip hop because I really think they're trying to take it away from us.
Agreed. Totally agreed on that one. Totally agreed, man. So this Foreman Mandela, man, it's an interesting title, and B, what's the vibe that you wanted to put out when you put this project together? What did you kind of want to get across with this joint?
Well, Foreman Mandela, first and foremost, I grabbed the title really. George Foreman and Nelson Mandela. I really grabbed both of their last names and I made Foreman Mandela. And the reason being is the fact that George Foreman was once quoted for saying that, you know, it took him 20 years to get up after Ali knocked him down and knocked him out in the rumble in the jungle. And after that, he kind of like disappeared or whatever the case may be. I know he was into his ministry and things of that nature, and probably the funds started getting a little tight for him. So he made a comeback, and he made a comeback. He became one of the oldest heavyweight champions of the world. Got the George Foreman grill, became a big, a nice businessman, reinvented himself. So he didn't let time defeat him. He stayed the course, much like Nelson Mandela, locked up for over 26 years. After he got out, became the president of certain parts of Africa, a Nobel Peace Prize, and very noble man, respectful and things of that nature. But he didn't let time defeat him. He still stayed his course. So that's what Brown Hornet is. Close to 20 years since I dropped my solo album. And so I didn't let time defeat me. I came back as Foreman Mandela. And the real feel that I was really bringing back out is like what you touched on earlier, is the fact that an individual who has 20 years in the game, I wanted to really come back in the era that we have with all this watered down stuff going on and rhetoric going on, that the real foundation of classic boom bap hip hop, and not necessarily of an 80s, 90s feel, but 2019, that we could come back and still deal with that same blueprint and make an album that makes sense, that's relevant, that's up to date, and still gives you that classic hip hop feel. Definitely. So that's what my main reason was coming back, was the fact that I know, like Public Enemy said, don't believe the hype. Even though they promoting and they trying to push this new genre, don't believe the hype, because that classic hip hop sound is still what resonates to me and probably most of the world.
Yeah, we've been having that flourish here in the past few years with like yourself, and even just most recently with Eric Sermon releasing his project, and De La Soul a couple years ago, where those legends are still putting out real good quality music, man. And I can even see it in the youth. They starting to love it and they picking up on it. So it's dope to kind of see the people that I grew up idolizing and listening to, like my 18-year-old starting to listen to and asking me questions about them too. So it's kind of dope to see that coming back now.
Yeah, most definitely. And that's why I said I just stay true to form. Individuals, I wouldn't be doing hip hop any justice to say that if I grew up off lyrics and lyricism and came out trying to do what they're doing now, that I wouldn't be doing hip hop any justice. So what I've done is stay true to form of who I am, and stay with the lyrics, stay with concept, staying meaningful. I'm not microwavable rap. This is food for thought hip hop. I'm seeing.
Yeah, so you use a lot of buzzwords I like to use too. I like that, man. So I'll tell you what, man, how about we kick it off with this Foreman Mandela, the actual the title track for the project, man. So I think it's a good introduction for the title and for the listeners to get a listen to some of this, man. And who produced this one? Did Phantom do the whole beat, the whole project? House G?
I I have eight tracks on there. So Phantom of the Beat did 6 tracks, and then I have a producer from out of Staten Island, Dom Stacks. He did 2 tracks. He did Hustle Hard and Pimpin' and Mackin'.
Yeah, I like that Pimpin' and Mackin' too. Probably get into that one too.
Yeah. All right.
All right, well, how about we started off with this Foreman Mandela? We got the homie Pop, the Brown Hornet, joining us in this mixtape show listening sessions. And brother, I appreciate you spending a little time with us and the listeners here. And how about we get into this project? And I have a couple follow-up questions after that.
Beautiful. Let's get it started. Yo, Foreman Mandela, producer of Phantom of the Beat.
Bumble fire!
With a team. Now that I'm grown, left out alone, got my own regime. Let yourself grow, don't be scared to dream. I was a staple in the hood, now I'm seldom seen. Born to be great is what it says on my certificate. From day one, I was always on some different shit. Wins were hard to come by, losing it came easy. Now I'm moving up like George and Wheezy. From the hood to Hollywood, Walk of Fame. From bright lights, bold letters, you can read my name. Bomber has arrived, run and tell a friend. Never follow no one's footsteps, set your own trend. Fuck them in the long run, you don't need them. You can't put a price tag on your freedom. Nowadays they don't respect the game. They wanna stab you in your back and throw shit on your name. Foreman Mandela, a champ and a leader. I take a doubter, make him a believer. The longer the journey, the bigger the reward. That's why I move on my own accord. Can't rush perfection, greatness takes time. I want all my blessings, no skipping the line. When it comes to dropping knowledge, who better than me? There's none higher than the G.O.D. You gotta crawl before you walk, mumble before you talk. Gotta be a pawn before you king in New York. The road to success, it's complicated. So, enough respect to all those who need it. The trials, tribulations, the ups and downs. Forced to deal with this industry, weirdos and clowns. Can't buy stripes where I'm from, you gotta earn them. You're no big Willie silly, in fact, you're still learning. Pull up on this big dog pump and get chomped on. I'm that raw rap bitch, it's just a pop song. You rep that new rap, popping pills and such. I'm that classic hip-hop, hash weed and the Dutch. Far from commercial, my sound is universal. Don't get close to the speakers, my punchlines will hurt you. My technique is so unique, from the way I lay it down to the words I speak. Foreman Mandela, a champ and a leader. I take a doubter, make him a believer. The longer the journey, the bigger the reward. That's why I move on my own accord. Can't rush perfection, greatness takes time. I want all my blessings, no skipping the line. When it comes to dropping knowledge, who better than me? There's none higher than the G.O.D. All praise due, these sinners don't have a clue. Everyone's not gonna make it, it's only a chosen few. Most live their life using greed to succeed. Money, materials, the foundations of their needs. They never smell the roses, too busy smoking weed. The same traditions they pass down to their seeds. Wake up, my people, wake up, heed the message. Satan has you on his guest list. Got you celebrating Thanksgiving and Christmas. No more dancing with the devil, I'm rolling with the righteous. Fuck the shitty end of the stick. Time to let the dogs loose on some Mike Vick. Put the lock on the industry like a wild pit. Dominate the game, forcing these fools to forfeit. Up in the wee hours of the night, my pen gets exhausted. My word plays like AK spray, relentless. Foreman Mandela, a champ and a leader. I take a doubter, make him a believer. The longer the journey, the bigger the reward. That's why I move on my own accord. Can't rush perfection, greatness takes time. I want all my blessings, no skipping the line. When it comes to dropping knowledge, who better than me? There's none higher than the G.O.D.
Need to boost your career? Looking for a radio booking agent or publicist? How about a public and artist relations and development extraordinaire? Look no further. Globally, we got a writer and journalist, MJ Savino, representing MJ's Hip Hop Connects. Your one-stop shop for promotion, marketing, artist relations, and artist development. Contact us for a complete list of services, prices, and packages. Follow MJ's Hip Hop Connects on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and SoundCloud at MJ's Hip Hop Connects, and that's CONNEX. Serious inquiries only.
Yeah, Foreman Mandela. I like that joint right there, sir. That's a dope joint right there, man.
No, no, no. I appreciate that, man. When I was laying that down, it was more or less like Foreman Mandela, the title track. It definitely had to be of substance. I mean, I listened to a lot of people from all walks of life,
Mhm.
and when you say hip hop nowadays, they kind of cringe and they turn their face because a lot of these so-called hip hoppers and rappers, they're out here talking about guns and violence and drugs and popping pills and sipping this and sipping that. I mean, it's just nonsense. So like I said, they cringe their face to whereas the hip hop that I grew up, you know what I mean, you had a little bit of everything. And that's what needs to be brought back. It has to be a balance because like I tell people, I mean, if I eat fast food every day, eventually my body's gonna break down, and it's gonna the sodium, the salt, and all of that. It's not healthy. So to get a home cooked meal or to drink a smoothie, it just tastes different going down. And to hit a pure raw hip hop, it sounds different when it's digested into your mind. It's just different.
Definitely, yeah. We definitely need that balance, man. Because like you said, you gotta have the good and the bad. It is cool to party every once in a while, but like you said, every once in a while it's good to hear that knowledge too, and hear that raw street stories that's not gangster. You know what I mean?
Of course, like you said, you have an 18-year-old.
18-year-old and 4-year-old. So I gotta be mindful of what they listen to because I know.
Or when you want to play the hip hop that he's growing up off, or you kind of like want to turn it off and you want to tell him that's not hip hop. So he's like, well, what is?
Exactly.
So artists such as myself, you could play it to him and be like, now this is hip hop.
This is hip hop.
This has substance. We can listen to it together. You can really grab something from it. Yeah, it's different, baby.
Definitely different. So who are you listening to right now? Who's one of the artists that you rock with right now?
To be honest with you, I really listen to. I try to listen to everybody. I try not to be biased.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't have to be hip hop. Just in general, who you really rock with right
now? That's a difficult question because I just listen. I mean, I just listen. It's like unfortunately, like we're past the era of CDs or whatever the case may be. So who's your favorite or who I'll go? I remember back in the days, you'd be like, yo, I can't wait for this to drop. I'm gonna go cop it, and that was different now. So I mean, I'll tune into the radio and I'll listen to whomever. It's hard for me to really say the artist nowadays, but dude, I just listen to anybody. So whether it be the Jay-Z to Amigos, I'll listen and I'll listen because this is what I'll do and this is what I'll stay away from. And it's like, and I won't digest too much of it because I really want to have my own sound. So I don't really try to go too crazy, but I'll listen to everybody. But who I blast, I'll be honest with you. Because hip hop and what it is on the radio is kind of a turn off. I'll listen to R&B. I listen to R&B a little. You know what I mean?
That's all right. My go-to is jazz right now. So you know,
and I'll even listen to jazz or whatever the case may be. But hip hop really, I'm really getting into tune with myself and what I'm dropping, and I try to gravitate towards the more conscious hip hop. So until that really makes its forefront back, like I said, I'll listen to the radio and I'll listen to everybody just to see what's out there.
Oh, cool. How about we go into this next joint? That's this Hustle Hard, like you mentioned earlier, and kind of like the same concept. Just kind of you just want to tell a story, and as far as that, or was that a little bit different thinking when you wanted to put this one together?
Hustle Hard. Well,
yes.
Hustle Hard is right now. This was produced by Dom Stacks, and Dom Stacks he's a lot younger, and so what I wanted to do it's not actually a trap beat, but it's more geared to the young. The beat, I would say, in the hook. So I wanted to kind of mesh the young feel with the classic hip hop of what I do. So that's what it was. That's what my idea was when I made this. And Hustle Hard was more or less, when you listen to it, it has some consciousness as well, like the struggle, nothing really hardcore, but just the struggle that people go through on a regular, consistent basis.
Definitely. Bet. Well, let's get into this hustle hard. We got Pop the Brown Hornet here with us on the Mixtape Show for this listening sessions. Got that new project he just released, Foreman Mandela's. Definitely a dope project that you want in your collection if you're a hip hop head, or if you're a teacher. If you're teaching hip hop, you definitely want to have this in your collection. So let's get into this hustle hard.
Out now on all digital platforms, so you can go to any digital platform that you have and stream it, cop it, listen. Foreman Mandela.
You got physical copies too, or you just doing digital for now?
Well, physical copies they probably have to get at me because it's not really available on on any of the sites. But physical copies, if you get in contact with me, I can make that happen.
All right, we'll get to that in a little bit. Then we'll get that contact info here before we wrap it up, just so we'll know, man. So let's get into this hustle hard. Got Pop the Brown Hornet in the building. Mixtape Show listening sessions. Let's go.
First came the pain, then came the struggle. But even through it all, man, it ain't knocked my hustle. Cause homie, I done came from the bottom, but I'm grinding to the top. So you know I'm never ever gon' stop, never ever gon'. I can't stop the hustling, no, I can't stop the grind. Even through the days where I was struggling, I had money on my mind. I've been kicked and I've been knocked down, but there's still mountains left to climb. Cause through all my pain and tears that I've cried, I know someday the world is gonna be mine.
Straight out of Staten, overlooking Manhattan. Connected to broken, can you tell what the rock cooking? Got cuties out in Queens that's busting out their jeans. Goons from the Bronx, they reppin' by all means. It's the city that never sleeps, endless days and nights. Tourists come with 20/20 and get blinded by the light. But I came up through tough times, you can tell by my rough rhymes. No time for harmonizing, but I'm analyzing how the game done switched up. But I remain solid. Mental calisthenics till my brain became brolic. Reminiscing on them days when I used to run the streets and I used to hit them sheets with them scandalous freaks. I'm no overnight success, almost killed from the stress. Like to test you as a man, force you to understand the bumps, the bruises, the sweat, blood, and tears. SIP to all the loved ones I lost throughout the years.
I can't stop the hustling, no, I can't stop the grind. Even through the days where I was struggling, I had money on my mind. I've been kicked and I've been knocked down, but there's still mountains left to climb. Cause through all my pain and tears that I've cried, I know someday the world is gonna be
on
mine.
the road to the riches, the mansion in the yacht. I was starving at the bottom, now I'm eating at the top. Went from spam and spaghetti to lobster and steak. Went from Section 8 to my own estate. Then they lost everything but never lost the faith. Kept my eyes on the prize, ignored the devil and his lies. Maneuvered through the obstacle course with confidence. Defeated my enemies with strategic intelligence. Nothing came easy, the grind was real. There was nights I went to sleep without eating a meal. There's been days I woke up, they're broke with no smoke. Survived the winter season with no coat. The music game is cutthroat. I'm surprised I ain't dead. The way all these haters, they try to beat me in the head. But I held myself together and weathered the storm. Ain't no bitch shit over here, boy, I'm Staten, now I'm strong.
I can't stop the hustling, no, I can't stop the grind. Even through the days where I was struggling, I had money on my mind. I've been kicked and I've been knocked down, but there's still mountains left to climb. Cause through all my pain and tears that I've cried, I know someday the world is gonna be mine. Gonna be mine. Gonna be mine. Oh, someday the world is first came the pain, then came the struggle. But even through it all, man, it ain't knocked my hustle. Cause homie, I done came from the bottom, but I'm grinding to the top. So you know I'm never ever gon' stop, never ever gon'.
Yeah, hustle hard. It's a dope story without all the gunplay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Listen, that's the whole objective of it. When you name something like Foreman Mandela, I mean, you know, some songs are edgy, but the basic the meat and potatoes of the project, it has to have. To me, it just had to have a concept. It had to be intelligent. It had to be message. You know, I mean, like I said, I'm here to fill a void. So that was definitely my plan.
Yeah. Yeah. And so let me ask you this, man. So, like I said, seasoned veteran in the game and you're still making great music, man. What's your favorite part still about the process of creating the music?
My like when you get a new beat, like, because, you know, producers will hand you all kinds of beats and, you know, they'll feel like, yo, this is hot. But when you shift through those beats and when you just close your eyes and you just let it soak in and when you're like, nah, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, nah, that's not it. That's not it. Nah, this one's it. So I mean, there's nothing like getting that beat and going home. It's like getting a new toy. You know what I mean? When you're a kid, you get that new toy. You just can't wait to bust it open and start. And then that's how a beat is. Like, you can't wait to go home and get that pen and that pad and just start creating from scratch, like a masterpiece. Because, you know, I mean, a song to me is like somebody having a kid. It has its own identity. You know, I love all the material the same. It's like crazy when people, oh, yo, what's your favorite song? It's like, you know, I mean, they're all ones that do stand out, but I love them all the same.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's talk about this Mackin' and Pimpin', man, because I like this joint right here. It's like, it's a lot of slick talk over here. It's a lot of, it got that throwback vibe to it. So when you first heard this one, man, how was that beat talking to you when you initially heard this one?
Yeah. Once again, the beat on this was produced by Dom Stacks, who had also produced Hustle Hard. And once again, like I said, it was about just like the beats are traditional classic hip hop lyrics, and so I really did want to like get a young feel for it, because at the same time, I mean, me having experience in the game, I just didn't want to cater to the upper echelon of older people. You know, you don't want to get some of the younger crowds, so my nephews and things of that nature definitely gravitated towards Hustle Hard and Pimpin' and Mackin'. So I definitely wanted to get a more, like, you know, just be able to cater to both worlds, and I think that's what Pimpin' and Mackin' has done. I know the lyrics are more, like I said, it gets the hip hop heads involved, and then the beat is catered to, whereas it's straight go-go. I mean, you can listen to this in a strip club or whatever, and just feel, you know, if you're getting a little saucy, it'll put you right into the mood.
There you go, man. So let's get into this Mackin' and Pimpin'. We got we got Pop the Brown Hornet. This is off of that Foreman Mandela project that he just released. And it's a dope project, man. Like I said, it's a good body of work. I've been jamming it since I had a hold of it, and been passing it along to the other DJs on the station. So hopefully, you know, the listeners out there enjoy what they hear, and then we'll come back after this and we'll get some more information from Pop the Brown Hornet as far as where we can hear this. If we want to get some physical copies, and we'll reach out to that in a little bit. But let's get into this Mackin' and Pimpin'. It's the Mixtape Show listener sessions, and we'll be right back.
Mackin' and Pimpin', don't mess with that bozo up that clown ain't tippin'. It's been going on for centuries. Introduced to it in kindergarten, became one in elementary. Simple mathematics, you can't change what was meant to be. Mackin' and Pimpin', Shaq and Wade, Jordan and Pimpin'. One walks with a swagger, the other one is limping. Tell them get paid up front before they start to stripping. Others work in them go-go bars strictly for tipping. Unless you go VIP with my PYT, that's gonna cost you more money. If you wanna bounce around with my chocolate ass bunny, she might be a nitwit, but I'm no dummy. They call me OG Pop. Been around the block a time or two, from the boulevard to the avenue. Hit the terrace, even played the lane. Honey is Benny Black the Mac, and I'm in the game. Pimpin' and Mackin', Mackin' and Pimpin'. Don't mess with that bozo if that clown they tippin'. Mackin' and Pimpin', Pimpin' and Mackin'. Don't mess with that boy if his ass ain't stacking. We do it easy, that's how we do it, like it ain't nothing to it. No push, no shoving, and none of my ladies be bugging. For starters, you can catch them kissing and hugging. Some of them sisters and cousins, most of them are just friends or associates, that's how they like to put it. Some have short, most have long hair for you to pull it. Options are a beautiful thing, the world is mine, so why would I want to be New York's king when I could pimp the planet and map the universe. Pay attention to the way I put it down in every verse. A gladiator, crowd motivator. No, I'm not Big Daddy Kane, but I'm a smooth operator that stay with a bankroll. Keep a hottie that look like a centerfold. My baddest bitch, she America the beautiful. She love her money, that's about it. Gotta treat the trick. The her dick is dick, no matter the shape or size. She keeps her eyes on the prize. I'm Benny Black, I keep my eyes on my fries. Because they're too hot to handle, gotta pay for every touch. No whammies, only big bucks. When you fucking with my Ricans or my chocolate deluxe. All my mommies call me daddy more bucks, cause they know I be pimpin' and mackin', mackin' and pimpin'. Don't mess with that bows who up that clown they tippin'. Mackin' and pimpin', pimpin' and mackin'. Don't mess with that boy if his ass ain't stackin'. Don't ask why, it's just how it's gotta be. A Mac and Macology, hard bottom to the wallaby. Hard not to acknowledge me. They dig me as well as my philosophy. They understand my story. Pimpin' and mackin' is mandatory. Cut from a different cloth, know how to train a horse. That's time I'm on every lap. Bring all that trap back, cause Benny Black the Mac. I fuck with every sign on the zodiac. I keep 'em puffin' off a dub sack. Hit 'em with the big back. It's time to put that Allen on the map. No matter the size, whether not me, dick in the thighs. I heard 'em a hoes with different colored eyes. They know I be pimpin' and mackin', mackin' and pimpin'. Don't mess with that bows who up that clown they tippin'. Mackin' and pimpin', pimpin' and mackin'. Don't mess with that boy if his ass ain't stackin'. Pimpin' and mackin', mackin' and pimpin'. Don't mess with that boy if his ass ain't, yo, his ass ain't tippin'.
Special delivery.
Mackin' and pimpin'. It kind of remind me of this, but the vibe of when Ice Cream came out, when Ray and Ghost dropped Ice Cream, and it kind of came out of left field. It was like, oh, okay, they want those type of joints. That's what that remind me of. Because you know you're going through the body of work so far, then you drop Mackin' and Pimpin', and you're like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah,
that's slick talk.
Yeah, sometimes it's like you said, when you hear certain songs and it's you just want to make sure that to me, when I put together a project, I want to make sure that all the songs don't sound alike.
Mm-hmm.
So just when you figured you probably had me figured out, boom, you go to the left a little bit, like like you said, little slick talk, little street appeal, like he ain't just straight and narrow. Nah, this is hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Without getting too crazy though, you enjoy it. Exactly.
Yeah. It's a fun little track. Like you said, you can play with that in the club or whatever, and just have fun with that one right there.
That's right, baby.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. What's a good way people could get a hold of you? If you got artists out there listening right now who may want to work with you, or producers, or whatever, what's the best way we can get a hold of Pop the Brown Hornet?
Well, my Instagram handle, that's Pop the Brown Bomber. Instagram, you can reach me at Pop the Brown Bomber. Facebook, you can hit me at Pop Brown Hornet, as well as Twitter, Pop Brown Hornet. But yeah, Instagram, hit me under Pop the Brown Bomber, and you can definitely leave me a message or whatever the case may be. Hit me in the message in the DM and Pop the Brown Bomber on the Instagram. And I also have a website up and running right now under popthebrownhornet.com.
So, and is that the same place they can hit you if they need if they want to get maybe some physical copies of the project?
Well, if you want a physical copy, definitely hit me on my Instagram, Pop the Brown Bomb, and hit me in the DM, yeah, because I'll definitely correspond with you. That's the fastest way that you could correspond with me. If you would want a physical copy, hit me in the DM and my Instagram, Pop the Brown Bomber.
Dope. And what other, I know we got this project, but what else we got in the works for 2019? The year's still fairly fresh, and we still got plenty of time. What else you want to get knocked out by the end of the year?
Well, I'm not even gonna. I'm telling you, with the Foreman Mandela, I have to really work it. I'm reintroducing myself, so I'm definitely probably gonna have a couple of more videos that I'm gonna push off of the album. Right now, I got Zaddy Gotcha as one of the singles that I'm really pushing, and then once this, the late spring, early summer comes off, I'm gonna snatch another jump off of it. I will be working on another album behind the scenes, but I'm gonna definitely work this as much as possible, just so I could get acquainted with some of the fans and some of the people that really don't know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to overload them too much and drop too much on them. I just want to, if I could do a video for every song that's on this album before the year is out, I'll do that, so I could cover a lot of ground. So when 2020 comes through, I can hit them with a new project. They can get familiar with what I am. They can follow me on the website. I will be launching off a clothing line come summer. So yeah, that's what I'm really more or less focused on.
Nice. I like that. That gives me that 90s feel where, people put that album out and they work that album for about a good year. You know what I mean? And then they take some time off and they come back and hit them again. So that's dope, man. It's good to see. But like I said, you've been around for a while, so you kind of get that part that, you just can't throw it out there and then confuse the fans and put out something new where they're not really used to the original project,
Yeah, because everybody's different. I mean, I might drop a couple of singles, but then I might drop that one single during the summer that really grabs their attention and that I'm able to push and stand behind, and then they'll go back like, oh, shit, yo, you heard the new joint? And he's like, yeah, it's now since February, but that's how it is. And you from the old school where you work it till the wheels fall off, and then boom, it might explode right in your face. Exactly. And due to the fact that I'm coming out independently and not on a major, I could slow walk this as much as possible.
So how's that experience been for you as compared to working as another label, and now you kind of doing it on your own? How you liking that situation right now?
I love it. I would recommend it. I mean, I've been on the major corporate level where these individuals who want to have total creative control over what you're doing, and sometimes it takes away from your feel and your love for this thing, man. It could get thrown off course because they'll be like, you know what, yo, make a song like this or make a song like it. Oh, you heard that? And when you're coming out independently, you just get in the studio, have total creative control, and just feel good. You can make that feel good music and just put it on the platform, put it together and spit it out there and let the world just gravitate towards it like that. That's the true essence of music to me, and that's how it should be.
Yeah, definitely. I'm it's good to see that artists are now taking more control of their own destiny now, where, like you said, you can be on a label and they'll shelf you for 2-3 years, you know what I'm saying? And then they just kind of, like you said, takes away that creativity. Well, at least now where you can basically self-distribute, you can always work and you can put stuff out at your own pace and not be penalized for it,
Yeah, once you get the concept of what the music industry is all about, and you say, you know what, I own the masters, I own my publishing. I know that the artists, the most of the money that they get paid from is from shows and merchandise. So it's good to be able to say, you know what, I'm in the driver's seat right now, and that's what's better than that. Definitely. Even if it's not at a major magnitude, slow money, like you see, slow money better than no money.
Exactly. So you probably sleep better at night too, knowing that you can make your money on your own, not, letting them waiting for them to pay you as opposed to you paying yourself.
Yeah, they taking the big chunk, and then you wondering what they're doing. So what's better than that, being your own boss?
Exactly. Well, Pop, man, we definitely appreciate you joining us here at the Mixtape Show, man, and thank you for letting us listen to this project, man. I definitely recommend it out there for all the listeners. Get it in your hip hop collection. Go purchase that. There's nothing wrong with purchasing music these days. I know streaming is cool, but I'm always an advocate for purchasing music so we can put some dollars in this man's pocket. You know what I mean? So definitely appreciate you putting out a body of work like this, man. It's definitely in my private collection that I listen to at least once a week. So thank you for putting out something like this for us, man.
Yeah, and I appreciate you having me, Pop the Brown Hornet, Foreman Mandela. Everybody out there, go cop it. You definitely will appreciate it. Classic hip hop.
Definitely. And I know you say you're doing videos too. Do you have your videos up on the YouTube page or anything like that?
I have videos that's up on the YouTube right now off the project. I have We Came Here to Turn Up featuring We Came Here to Turn Up is featuring King Just.
Mm-hmm.
I have another video called Straighten It Out featuring Don Dollars, which happens to be my son.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Zaddy Gotcha, which is off the album. And all three videos are right now up on YouTube.
Dope. Well, Pop, like I said before, man, thanks for joining us. And we definitely got you. I think we got you added onto the stream. So you stream it on the station. And whenever you got that new one out, just holler at us, man, and we'll bring you back anytime, man. Just let us know.
Thank you. I appreciate the love. Stay blessed.
You too, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Pop the Brown Hornet on the Mixtape Show for the Mixtape Show listening sessions. Go get that project. And we're going to close it out with this Straighten Out. Appreciate you guys tuned in, and we'll be right back.
Hey yo, I see what's going on. The blind leading the blind. Between love and hate, there's a thin line. Little youngin' ran up on me with the nickel-plated nonsense. Sorry, OG, I gotta get mine. The world's going crazy, they done poisoned our babies. There's no more unity in the black community. No one sober, the drugs done took over. Got addicts snatching purses over old ladies' shoulders. Little kids scared to come outside. Bullets flying everywhere, no place to run and hide. If it's not a homicide, it's a suicide. In the concrete jungle, you're blessed to make it out alive. Got a bad epidemic, bodies just dropping. Another overdose due to pill popping. Do Black Lives Matter? Not to the cops. His hands was way up in the sky, they still hit him with 10 shots. We gotta, we about to, we gonna, it's our duty to. We gotta, we about to, we gonna, it's our duty to.
Yo, straight facts. Hey, yo, I'm tired of all this fake rap. I'm standing on their necks again, putting work like a Mexican. You ain't real, right? Nah, you a young blood. Grew up on Uzi Vert and Young Thug. Help me straighten it, they marking hip-hop. Take a look at what they make of it. Game ain't dead, but it's definitely critical. Check up like a physical. 16 descriptions, all of my words biblical. For this year, I'm bringing the real back. This the best of both worlds, the town and the hill back. B-Bomber, Don Dollars, I know they gon' feel that. B-Bomber, Don Dollars, I know they gon' feel that.
We gotta, we about to, we gonna, it's our duty to. We gotta, we about to, we gonna, it's our duty to. Hey yo, these rappers nowadays, I swear they messing up the game. There's no originality, they all sound the same. Monkey see, monkey do. Bunch of copycats. Hip hop has been plagued with a bunch of mumble raps. Womp, womp, womp. Coming through my speakers. Is it me or do they all sound like Charlie Brown's teacher? Can't even understand him. What the hell's he saying? The sound man should be shot for the that they be playing. Why bother turning on the stereo when they spin the same wax songs on the radio 4 times an hour? Heavy rotation. Boycott the program director and the station. If you ask me, we should fire the whole staff. Can't let them get away with playing this trash. They giving hip-hop music a bad name. If rap ain't dead, it's hanging on by a thread. We gotta straighten it out. You heard what I said. Straighten it out, man. We gotta, we about to, we gonna, it's our duty to. We gotta, we about to, we gonna, it's our duty to.
The Mixtape Show.